Hey fishing family, it's Fitz coming at you with a new video. Excuse how giddy I am. This one's going to be a little different. We're actually going to do something we've never done before. As you can see, I'm back at one of Mr. Talton's ponds. This place is absolutely gorgeous, and if everything goes right, I'm going to have some underwater footage for you. Oh, yeah, there we go, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. He's got one. All right. All right. Look at that. That's all you, bud. You want to hold it? Oh, there you go. You got it. There you go, bud. All right. One more. There you go. There you go. Yes! It's an honor to meet you. Hey, can you say hey to Mr. Zona? Say hey, Mr. Zona. Zona shook my hand. I'm going nuts here, people. Holy Lord. Thanks to you guys.
Right on. Bassmaster Classic 2020. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah. I got you on the outside. You need something else, didn't you? Little dink. Man, I can't catch nothing. I'm over here having to film this. I am going to show them how to reel backwards. Oh, don't go that way. Don't try it. You don't react that way because you're on camera. That's the only reason why you're doing that. Come smile. Are you part of the wolf? Not where I come from.
Hey fishing family, Buddy Joe's here. First year on the Bassmaster Leagues. Check out Fishing with Fitz. Hey fishing fam, it's Ryan Schmidt here. Cheryl Fishing Group. You know, hey, I'm a Bassmaster Elite. Check out Fishing with Fitz.
Hey fishing family, I'm Darren. Our company's Line Cutters. Check out Fishing with Fitz.
Hey guys, I know this is a little different than what I normally do. Please bear with me, and also I'm sorry about the way my voice sounds. Got a little bit of a cold, and I really need to get these videos out. So what I had originally planned on doing was just I wanted to show you guys the behaviors of spawning bass along with how they are along with me catching them both above, above our footage above water and below. Well, due to some user error on my, on my part, I forgot to turn on the camera I wear because I was more focused on the underwater camera. So I figured the only thing I could do is give you some commentary of what was going on when I was up there, and I'm trying to place the footage I did capture and sync with the video for the underwater cameras, but I'm not going to lie, I might misgauge some of it, but I'll try and explain it with you. Now, as you've seen, there was a couple of bass that swam by. At this point, I'm thinking it's just a male that's cleared off the bed. I think he's getting ready to, or he's already ready to spawn. If you don't know what's going on or how it works, the males are the ones that create the beds. And I think that fish that just jotted out of there, I think that was the one I caught and just released. Well, and yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, I had to make sure that I was on point with her or of what was going on. But yeah, the camera, I did my best to set it as close to the bed as possible because I didn't want to disturb it completely. But the fish that you're going to be swimming around is the male. The male is the one that creates the beds, waits for the females to come lay their eggs, and they fertilize it. And after the females lay the eggs, they go back to deeper waters, and the males stay with them until they hatch for a little while. Now, he's reacting a lot to, he's reacting a lot to me throwing baits and swinging them across. You'll see like some flickering of lights. That's more than likely me. Actually, I'm pretty sure, yeah, no, the flickering of lights is when I was catching a fish, I think. I could be wrong. Like I said, the timing is kind of messed up here because I wasn't recording. It was really embarrassing. Actually, yeah, I take that back. Yeah, the flickering of light was when I caught that fish. That's the fish I caught, and it ran off. After I returned him, of course, released it. But like I said, the male, normally, the males don't eat. And with fishing during the spawn, you literally have to become an agitator because you have to pretty much get the male where he's very aggressive, very, where the point where he's ready to eat or kill anything. Yeah, right there, that was a bait that I was using. I'm fairly certain that was my chatterbait. And you did see the male come back and like it thought it was yeah. If you listen closely, you'll hear the chattering noises. That chattering noise really agitates the bass and makes them like want to strike in and kill it, because a lot of times these fish, the way they think is, hey, I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna kill it. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Or it might taste good. But yeah, whenever you hear the chattering, you're gonna hear it more likely is my chatterbait. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to agitate the male bass to bite my bait. But like I said, during the spawn, they're going to be very lockjawed. They're more of protecting. Like if they bite or eat anything, it's them trying to protect their bed and the eggs. Now eventually I do move over to a finesse rig, and I do drop a couple of Texas rigs, and I think I even drop a Ned rig on it too. But now there is a really good shot that's coming up. I couldn't have asked for a better shot. This one right here. The male investigates the camera. He gets right up in it and checks it out. That was an excellent shot. And then my bait goes by. He keeps chasing my baits. At this point, I think, yeah, I switched to the Ned rig, because if one thing, these bass, like I said, they hate bluegill, because bluegill come and eat their eggs. They hate they'll eat crawfish, but the crawfish will come mess up their beds too. So that's one of the things you really want to use during the spawn. You want to use anything that'll mimic a bluegill. Mimic a crawfish. I was so anxious to get an underwater hookup on film. I'm not gonna lie, I broke some of my own rules of how I'm gonna fish. As you can see, the bass is getting agitated. The guy even bumped him with the bait there for a second. Yeah, I think I swapped over to the Ned rig at this. Yeah, I think at this point I swapped over to the Ned rig. So I ended up catching one without filming it on the Z-Man jackhammer, the white shad one with the paddle tail trailer. And I tried, messing around on his bed. It didn't work. So I went back to something else, trying to agitate him a little bit more. And of course, then I make a big mistake with my, yeah. It's almost like playing golf and you miss, you know. The reason why they call it a stroke, because every time you miss, you feel like you're going to die. Yeah, I think I got pretty close. I think I got pretty close with the video lineup here. Yeah, the male, he's staying off out of sight, just keeping an eye on the eggs or on the bed until I start pulling the bait by his bed. Then he gets, there we go. Yeah, see, he was getting ready. He was about to chase off my bait. Anything that he can't recognize or he knows is not a female bass, he's gonna chase it off. They get very aggressive. They're more, like I said, they're more lockjaw. If they bite, it's, yeah, okay. Yeah, I cut the camera off. This is where I started setting up the Ned rig. Ended up using, well, actually it was more of a jig head rig. I got a football head jig, and it didn't have a skirt on it, and I put on this small crawfish. Or hold on, no, this might be the Texas rig. I think this is one of the Texas rigs. I'm sorry. Like I said, bear with me. I had to piece this together the best I could. I don't know what that in the background is. I don't remember there being like a tractor or lawnmower going. Now, by this point, I think I turned the camera off to go swap up my baits. And I'm fairly certain up now is where I start throwing the jig head. Like I said, the footage is so cut up, like I had to make do with what I had. Okay. Yeah. See, the male's starting to detect my finesse jig head, or jig, excuse me, my finesse jig, football head jig, and it's starting to be a little bit more assertive and a lot more active. But no, but you will see my bait hop by the camera a little bit. Hold on. I think this is where I start hopping the bait by the camera. Because I'm doing my best to agitate the male, trying to get him to take a swipe at the jig, because it doesn't want no crawfish messing up its bed. I got a little hyper focused on sight fishing instead of worrying about the bass that were eating. But I also wanted to get some really good content. No, the bass came and looked at my bait, and he got close, and honestly, I couldn't tell whether or not he put his mouth on it. So I ended up trying to set the hook a little too early. Now you'll see one where the bass comes back into frame and he pauses for a second. I think I was working the bait a little too much. Hold on, I think it's coming up.
Yeah, I really agitated this bass. I mean, I like I said, I'm fairly certain I bumped him a couple of times with the bait, and I mean that's one way you really get them to strike, even though it's against their better nature to do it. Because, like I said, during the pre-spawn, they load up on all the fish or all the food they can eat, and then when it's time to spawn, they focus only on spawning. So for them to attack something, it's because it's a threat to his bed, or it's royally made it mad. Okay, I'm seeing me walking the bait back. Oh, I didn't even realize it got that close. That really bums me out. I think the camera's about to cut back on now, because I realized I didn't turn it back on again.
I changed up my game somewhat, but honestly, I'm starting to regret it just a little.
Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop my commentary here and let the rest of the video play out.
Okay. You know what? Yep, this ain't gonna work. It's time to get serious. Time to get a mean creature bait out. If this doesn't work, we'll switch up. 'Cause honestly, okay, yep, this ain't doing it. He is in full on spawn mode. I'll have to really rattle him, and I mean that literally. It's one of my things. I always get them to bite during the spawn. They see that red and they can't help it. The bugs are coming. Normally, I get excited about grass. Not now, it's not exactly the type of grass I was wanting. You know what? I've kind of done worn my welcome mat over here. Let's go walk to the other side. With these poles. And yes, I'm gonna bring them all. Because honestly, this is the time where you don't really know what the heck they're gonna bite. And I know they're gonna bite something bright, but I don't think I'm gonna bring that because it ain't doing me no good right now. Actually, you know what? No, I can't leave wobbling up and all. I'm an idiot. I can't live well and live alone. All the things I have dropped on them, Senko isn't one of them. Are you kidding me? You piece. Yeah. I caught that, my other fish, my first fish the other day.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the my first underwater footage video. I couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you so much. I want to send a very special shout out to Alex Rudd at Alex Rudd Fishing. I'm going to throw up a little clip of his one of his most recent videos.
Yes. God dang, that's another big one. Yep, that's a good one.
Damn, dude. Put the head on that thing.
Ain't the first time I've heard that.
He really knows how to pull them in the boat.
Elliot, E.T. phone home.
Come on, that has to be a fluke. That can't be real. Well, yeah, that couldn't have been intended for me. Here, let me check. No, I'm just gonna throw him a comment. He'd probably, he'd be cool about it. Okay, you got jokes. I do have one question for you. Why do you call it Alex Rudd Fishing? I mean, isn't it a little disingenuous? I mean, shouldn't it be Alex Rudd and Swiper because of the fox you have living on your chin? Hey, leave Swiper alone. I mean, seriously, dude, shave that off. I guarantee you somebody's probably taking a shot or two at you thinking they finally found Sasquatch. Konikogo. Seriously, I loved you in Harry and the Hendersons. Hey, I found Gimli. Looks like Aragorn threw him in Miracle Grow and he picked up a fishing pole instead of his axe. Aragorn didn't toss me. Legolas kicked me. I'll never hear the end of it. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please make sure you go down and visit Alex's channel, especially after that little roasting. Otherwise, I'm probably never hear the end of it. Alex, thank you for being a good sport and all this fun. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like the content I've been putting out, please give me a subscribe. Don't forget to visit us on our Instagram. I'm also going to put Alex's Instagram down on the description too. God bless, and we'll see you the next one.